Welcome to the Sherri Johnson Show, the podcast for real estate agents who are ready to stop chasing their next deal and start building a business that provides predictable and consistent monthly income to even double or even triple your income and sales production in less than a year. I'm Sherri Johnson, international real estate coach, speaker, consultant, and the creator of the exclusive Goldmine Pipeline strategy that's helped thousands of agents add over 6 figures to even 7 figures to their bottom line. If you're ready to generate more leads, crush your income goals, and finally play the long game, you're in the right place. Let's dig in. When I said put every single person you know that is even thinking remotely about selling or buying, even if it's 2 years from now, even if it's 5 years from now, even if you've never had a conversation with these people, all leads end up on the pipeline. And people that you know in your sphere who you are like, I think they're going to move because their job has changed, their family life's changed, the last kid went to college, they're in a huge house, whatever, right? You could take your past client lists. A lot of my clients do this. They take their past client lists from the last 15 years and they go down it and they just say, I'm calling these people. And they start calling those people. Next thing you know, they're on the potential listings list and they're a buyer. Okay. And some of my clients just proactively put them on their pipeline. And they say, I know that they're going to move because it's been 7 years. I'm putting them on I haven't even talked to them yet, Sherri, but I'm putting them on my pipeline. And I'm like, do it. Whatever works. Okay. I created this pipeline in 1996, believe it or not, when I was scared that I didn't have another sale in front of me. So my whole thing was I'm only as good as my last sale. I had to make money. I was a single person with a condo payment, a car payment. I had no kids, but I had a huge shopping habit and I had to fund my life. And I was not asking Dave Johnson, my father, for any money. And so, he wouldn't have given it to me anyway. But I will tell you that, having the forward thinking of where are the next listings and deals coming from? Where are the next sales coming from has to be the most important thing you ask yourself every single day. So what happens typically is agents look in the rearview mirror. Everybody does, like the whole world does in sales. You're either forward thinking through the front window of your car or you're looking in the rearview mirror and saying, what did we do? How did we do? How did the month end? Right? So I know this. When I got my license, I was like, wow, I figured out all the terminology. I figured out, a business plan I wrote in school when I was getting my license. And I thought, if I'm not selling a house a week, like, what am I doing with my time? Right? And I think what happens is we spend a lot of time servicing people, don't we? Like, we sell a house and then we spend 2.5, 3 weeks dealing with that one deal. And we let that one deal expand into every 8-hour day we have. And so you are not time blocking prospecting calls for more business because in your head, you're still doing the deal that you just did. You see what I'm saying? So if you've had real estate success or you've sold any houses, like, yes, I get it. You have to close it. You have to go through home inspections, renegotiate that on occasion, make sure that the title company has I know all of what it takes. I sold $14 to $18 million a year without a team. So selling 50 houses a year, 75 houses a year, like I was selling 8 to 10 a month, and I had some months where I had 13. So when you think about like, how much time am I spending on each client? If I go to the grocery store and I have nowhere to be because I'm not jammed up for the day, right? And I go into the grocery store on a Saturday or Sunday, I could go in there and aisle shop and check out new products and take my time. I'm probably going to spend more money because I'm buying stuff I don't need. But I am taking my time and I'm expanding the time in the grocery store to, I have nowhere to be. So this is now change that up. If I am going to the grocery store and I have exactly 20 minutes because I have somewhere else to be, right, at 2:30 or 5:30 or whatever, I'm going in, I'm getting what I need efficiently, I'm checking out, and I'm on to the next task. So I think what happens is real estate is great because it's flexible, and real estate is the worst thing about real estate is that it's flexible. So you have to have some sort of daily activity and routine. And the one thing I want everybody to do on this call today is write down how many listing appointments do I need a week? And that is your first and primary goal. I mean, like, you can set the goal for how many houses you want to sell. You can say, I want to do 6 million or 4 million or 10, whatever. I want to make 150K or I want to make 70, whatever the number is. We can do all that pre-planning and come up with this is how many houses I need to sell in order to make that. And again, going into the academy, I want you to go into the business planning section and there's a whole thing. Here's how much I want to make. Here's how much I have to make, want to make, and would love to make. And those 3 different income levels should be broken down into say, I need, 24 units at 200 a piece. I'm a 70% split. I'll make $4,200 a deal. I'm charging 3% on a 200 average. I'll make $4,200 a deal, and I need 24 of them to make $100,000. Or what? Do you understand what I'm saying? We can have that whole dialogue and discussion. But after that plan is set on how much I have to do to make the money I want to make, if we don't have listing appointments, we don't really have anything, right? So we had the first best goal I can have impose on you to do for yourself is to set a goal for how many listing appointments am I going to set and go on every week. And, before I even started this, or I started this talk about, how many appointments you have, John just wrote in there, I say this to myself, I have a listing appointment this week. I just don't know the address yet, which is one of the best lines I ever came up with. And I have to share with you, having 150 people in one office and 750 people in my region, when I used to run that big company here in Cleveland, I would look out into the sales meeting and I would say, literally, who has a listing appointment this week? Because I wanted to know what was in my pipeline for the whole office. Were we going to hit 100 listings? Were we going to hit 100 sales, right? On a bigger scale, right? Each agent has their own personal goal. I was asking because I was trying to fill up my pipeline with what's the whole office going to do, this whole team. So when I came up with that, and I literally was on the spot and I said, how many of you have a listing appointment? And they all, a couple of people raised their hand or whatever. And then I just said, how many of you have an appointment? Just don't know the address yet. And I want you to take that and embrace it and run with it, because I just got a text the other day from an agent down in San Antonio who said, I raised my hand the other day when you asked that question, and I believed that I was going to get something coming that I've been working on, from weeks ago or months ago. And sure enough, a $360,000 listing appeared from someone she had been working with that had sort of ghosted her, didn't, respond or whatever. And then boom, it just happened. Okay. So the stuff you're working on is going to come to fruition at some point. The Goldmine Pipeline will materialize. Those leads will materialize. Hey there. I want to thank you for listening to You Rock with Sherri Johnson. Please help spread the word and help me help others by subscribing to this podcast. And please don't forget to leave a 5-star review. Join our Rockstars in Real Estate Facebook group to network with other like-minded industry professionals and get more of my content. Just search Facebook for the Rockstars in Real Estate with Sherri Johnson Coaching Group. Thanks for tuning in to The Sherri Johnson Show. If today's episode gave you a breakthrough or an aha moment, please take action. And don't forget, you can grab
your free download of the Sherri Johnson Goldmine Pipeline in the link below and start seeing results right away. Want even more personalized support? Book a free strategy call with our team or check out our coaching program starting at just $49 a month at sherrijohnson.com. Remember, it takes 5 contacts to get a yes, but with the right strategy, you can get there faster. Let's turn your potential into profits. I'm Sherri Johnson, and I'll see you next week.